Who's there?
Stand up! Who is there?
Friends to Miss Brown.
Legion to the Dane. Allah, Bernardo.
Say, what is Horatio there?
Peace of her.
Welcome, Horatio.
Welcome, Marcellus. What is this thing come again tonight?
I've seen nothing.
Well, Horatio says 'tis but our fancy. Will not let belief take hold of him, touching this dreaded sight. Twice seen of us. Therefore, I have entreated him along with us to watch him minutes of this night. If again the apparition appear, he would able to prove our eye. Speak to him.
Hush, hush. Will not appear.
He's breaking off. Look, where it comes again.
The same figure like the king, but dead.
Our scholar. Speak to him, Horatio.
Looks not like the king. Mark it, Horatio.
Most like harrows me with fear and wonder.
Speak to it, Horatio.
What art thou that usurps this time of night? Together with that fair and warlike form in which the majesty of very Denmark did sometimes march. By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
He is offended.
See, it stops the way.
Stay! Speak! Speak, I charge thee, speak!
'Tis gone. He will not answer.
How now, Horatio? You tremble and look pale. Is not this something more than fantasy? What think you on it?
Before my God, I might not disbelieve without the sensible and true avouch of mine own eyes.
Is it not like the king?
As thou art thyself. 'Tis strange.
Thus twice before. And jump at this dead hour. With a martial watch hath he gone by our stock.
This bodes so strange eruption to our state. This lofty old low where he comes again. I'll cross it though it last me. Stay, illusion! If thou hast any sound or use of voice, speak to me. If there be any good thing be done that may to thee do ease and grace to me, speak to me. If thou art privy to thy country's fate, which heavenly for knowing may avoid, oh speak! Stay, speak, stop it, Marcellus!
I strike him!
Do it, will not stand! 'Tis here! 'Tis here!
'Tis gone. We do it wrong. Being so majestical to offer to show violence. For it is as the air, invulnerable, and our vein blows malicious thunder.
I was about to speak when the cock crew.
And then it started like a guilty thing upon a fearful summons. I have heard the cock that is the trumpet to the morn, with its lofty and shrill sounding throat, awake the god of day, and at his warning, whether in sea or fire, in earth or air, the extravagant and erring spirit hies to his confine. And of the truth herein, this present object made probation.
It's fated on the crowning of the cock. Some say that ever against that evening comes wherein our Savior's birth is celebrated, that bird of dawn singeth all night long. And then, they say, no spirits dare stir abroad. The nights are wholesome then. No planets strike, no fairy takes, no witch have power to charm. So hallowed, so gracious is that time.
But look, the morn in russet mantle clad break we our watch up. And by might and might, let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For upon my life, this spirit, dumb to us, will speak to him.
Though yet, of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be green. And that it us befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet, so far hath discretion fought with nature, that we, with wisest sorrow, think on him, together with remembrance of ourselves, therefore, our sometime sister, now our queen, the imperial jointress to this warlike state, have we, as 'twere with a defeated joy, with mirth in funeral and with dirge in marriage, in equal scale, weighing delight and dole, taken to wife. Nor have we herein barred your better wisdoms, which have freely gone with this affair along for all our thanks. Now, follows that you know, young Fortinbras, holding a weak supposal of our worth, or thinking by our late dear brother's death, our state to be disjoint and out of frame, colleagued with this dream of his advantage, he hath not failed to pester us with message, importing the surrender of those lands lost by his father, with all bonds of law, to our most valiant brother. So much for him. And now, Laertes, what's the news with you? You told us of some suit. What is Laertes?
My dread lord, your leave and favor to return to France, from whence, though willingly, I came to Denmark to do my duty in your coronation. Yet, now I must confess, that duty done, my thoughts and wishes bend again towards France, and bow them at your gracious leave and pardon.
Have you your father's leave? What says Polonius?
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave by laborsome petition, and at last, upon his will, I sealed my hard consent. I do beseech you, give him leave to go.
Take thy fair hour, Laertes. Time. And thy best graces spitted at thy will. But now, my cousin, Hamlet, and my son.
A little more than kin and less than kind.
How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I am too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy knighted color off, and let thine eye look like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lids seek for thy noble father in dust. Thou knowest 'tis common, all that live must die, passing from nature to eternity.
My madam, it is common.
If it be, what seems so particular?
Seems, madam. Nay, it is. I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, together with all forms, moods, shapes of grief that can denote me truly. These indeed seem, for they are actions that a man might play, but I have that within which passage shall ease but the trappings and the suits of woe.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these mourning duties to your father, but you must know, your father lost a father. That father lost his, and the survivor, bound in filial obligation for some term to do obsequious sorrow, but to persever in obstinate condolement is a course of impious stubbornness. 'Tis unmanly grief. Why? 'Tis a fault to season most absurd, whose common theme is death of fathers, and who still have pride from the first corpse till he that died today. This must be so. We pray you, throw to earth this unprevailing woe, and think of us as of a father. For let the world take note, you are the most immediate to our throne. For your intent in going back to school in Wittenberg, it is most retrograde to our desire. And we beseech you, bend you to stay here in the cheer and comfort of our eye, our chiefest courtier, cousin, and our son.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers. I pray thee, stay with us, go not to Wittenberg.
I shall in all my best obey you.
Why? 'Tis a loving and fair reply. Be as ourselves in Denmark. Madam, come.
Oh, that this too sullied flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew, or that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. Oh God, God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. Fine. Fine. 'Tis an unweeded garden that grows to seed. Things rank and gross in nature possess it merely, that it should come to this but 2 months dead. Nay, not so much, not 2. So excellent a king, so loving to my mother, that he might not beteem the winds of heaven visit her face too roughly. Heaven and earth must I remember? Why, she would hang on him as if increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on, and yet within a month, like nothing on. Frailty, thy name is woman. O God, a beast that wants discourse of reason would have mourned longer. Married with my uncle, my father's brother, yet no more like my father than I to Hercules. Within a month. Oh, most wicked speed to post with such dexterity to incestuous sheets, it is not, nor it cannot come to good. But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Hail to your lordship.
I am glad to see thee well. Horatio, I do forget myself.
Oh, the same, my lord, and your poor servant ever.
Sir, my good friend, I'll change that name with you. And what make you from Wittenberg, Horatio? Marcellus?
My good lord.
I'm very glad to see you. Good evening, sir. But what in faith make you from Wittenberg?
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
I pray that you do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. But I had met my dearest foe in heaven, or ever I had seen that day, Horatio. My father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father?
Let us season your admiration a while with an attent ear, till I may deliver upon the witness of these gentlemen this marvel to you.
For God's love, let me hear.
2 nights together had these gentlemen, Marcellus and Bernardo, on their watch in the dead waste and middle of the night been thus encountered. A figure, like your father, appears before them, and with solemn march goes slow and stately by them. I knew your father, these hands are not more like.
But where was this?
My lord, upon the platform where we watch.
It is very strange.
As I live, my honored lord, 'tis true.
Would I had been there.
Would have much amazed you.
I will watch tonight, perchance to walk again.
I warrant it will.
If it assume my noble father's person, I'll speak to it. Though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace, I pray you all, if you have hitherto concealed this sight, let it be tenable in your silence. So fare you well. Upon the platform twixt 11 and 12, I'll visit you.
Our duty to your honor.
Your love is mine too. Farewell. My father's spirit, all is not well. I doubt some foul play. Would the night were come, till then sit still my soul. Foul deeds will rise, though all the earth overwhelm them to men's eyes.
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell, dear sister, and as the winds give benefit and convey is assisted, do not sleep, but let me hear from
Do you doubt that?
Now, Hamlet, and the trifling of his favor, hold it a fashion, and a toy in blood, no more.
No more but so.
I think it no more. Perhaps he loves you now, but you must fear. His greatness way, his will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself, for on his choice depends the safety and the health of this whole state. Then, wayward loss your honor may sustain, if with too credent ear you list his songs, or lose your heart, or your chaste treasure open to your unmastered importunity spirit, Ophelia. Fear it, dear sister. Keep you in the rear of your affections, out of the shot and danger of desire.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart. But, good my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whilst, like a puffed and breathless libertine, himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, and rests not his own reed.
Fear me not. I stay too long, but here my father comes.
Yet here, Laertes, aboard for shame. The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for. There, my blessing with thee. And these few precepts in thy memory, look thou character. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in, bear that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thine ear, few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true. And it must follow as a night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell. My blessing season this in thee.
I do most humbly take my leave, my lord.
The time invested. Go, your servants send.
Farewell, Ophelia. Remember what I have said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell.
What is, Ophelia, he hath said to you?
So to please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet.
Marry, well, the thoughts. What is between you? Give me up the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affection, pup. You speak like a green girl. Do you believe his tenders, as you call them?
I do not know, my lord, what I should think.
Mary, I will teach you. Think yourself a baby.
My lord, he hath given countenance to his speech with all of the holy vows of heaven.
Aye. A springe is to catch woodcocks. I do know when the blood boils how prodigal the soul lends the tongue vows. These blazers, daughter, giving more light than heat, extinct in both, even in their promise as it is a making, you must not take for fire. From this time eat something scanter of your maiden presence. Set your entreatments at a higher rate than the command of parley, for Lord Hamlet believes so much in him that he is young, and with a larger tether make you walk than may be given you.
But my lord.
In few, Ophelia, I would not, in plain terms, from this time have you so slander any moment's leisure as to give words or talk of the Lord Hamlet. Look to it, I charge you. Come your ways.
I shall obey, my lord.
Shrewdly. It is very cold.
Is a nipping and an eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks of 12.
No, when it struck.
Then draws near the season where the spirit held its wont to walk. Look, my lord, it comes.
Angels and ministers of grace, defend us. Be thou a spirit of health or goblin damned, bring with thee spirits from heaven or blast from hell. Be thy intents wicked or charitable, thou comes in such a questionable shape that I'll speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet, King, Father, Royal Dane, oh, answer me!
Beckons you to go away with it as if it did some impertinent desire to you alone.
Look, my lord, with what courteous action it waves you to a more moved ground, but do not go with it.
No, by no means.
What should be the fear? I have not set my life at a pin's feet, and for my soul welcome to do that, being a thing immortal as itself. It weighs me forth again, I'll follow it.
Well, what if it tempt you toward the flood, my lord, and there assume some other horrible form that might deprive your sovereignty of reason and draw you into madness? Think on it.
You should not go, my lord.
Hold off your hands.
You shall not go.
Unhand me, gentlemen. By heaven, I'll make a ghost of him that lets me. I say away. Go on, I'll follow you.
He waxes desperate with imagination.
It is not fit thus to obey, but to follow.
To what issue will this come?
Something is wrong in the state of Denmark.
Have been well directed.
There! Let's follow.
Whither wilt thou lead me? Speak! I am bound to hear.
Mark me.
I will.
My hour is almost come, when I, the sulphurous and tormenting flames, must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not. Lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak. I am bound to hear.
So art thou, then, when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, before the day confined to fasting fires, till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. But that I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house, I could a tale unfold whose lightest would herald on thy soul, freeze thy young blood. List, list. List. If thou didst ever lie to your father love.
Oh God.
Revenge is foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder?
Murder, most foul, as in the best that it is, but this most strange, foul, and unnatural. Now, Hamlet here, 'tis given out that sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me. So is the whole ear of Denmark by a forged process of my death, rankly accused. But know, thou noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle!
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, won to his shameful lust the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. Oh, Hamlet, but a falling off was there. But soft, methinks I scent the morning air. Brief let me be, sleeping within my orchard. My custom always of the afternoon, upon my secure hour, thy uncle stole, with juice of cursed Hebena in a vial, and in the porches of my ears did pour the leprous distillment. Thus was I, sleeping, by a brother's hand, of life, of crown, of queen, at once dispatched, cut off, even in the blossoms of my sins, no reckoning made, but sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head. If thou hast nature in thee, Hamlet, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. But, howsoever thou pursuest this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven, to those thorns that in her soul do prick and lodge to sting her. Fare thee well at once. The glowworm shows the matin to be near. Adieu. 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 Remember me.
Oh, you host of heaven, oh earth, and shall I couple hell? Remember thee? Aye, thou poor ghost, whilst memory holds a seat in this distracted globe. Remember thee. Yea, from the tables of my memory I'll wipe away all trivial fond records, and thy commandment all alone shall sit within the book and volume of my brain. Oh, most pernicious woman! Oh, villain, villain, smiling, damned villain! My table's meted as I set it down, that one may smile and be a villain. At least I am sure it may be so in Denmark. So, uncle, there you are. Now to my word, it is adieu, adieu. Remember me. I have sworn it.
My lord! My lord!
How is it, my noble lord?
What news, my lord?
Oh, wonderful.
Good, my lord, tell it.
No, you will reveal it.
Not I, my lord, by heaven.
Touching this vision here, it is an honest ghost, that let me tell you. If your desire to know what is between us, or master it as you may. And now, my good friends, as you are friends, scholars, and soldiers, give me one poor request.
What is, my lord, you will?
Never make known what you have seen tonight.
My lord, we will not.
But 'tis wondrous strange.
And therefore, as a stranger, give it welcome. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. But swear here, as before, never so help you mercy, how strange or odd some'er I bear myself, as I perchance hereafter shall think me to put an antic disposition on, that you at such time seeing me never shall give out that you know aught of me. So grace and mercy at you most need help you.
Swear!
Rest! Rest, perturbed spirit! So, gentlemen, with all my love, I do commend me to you. Let us go in together, and still your fingers on your lips, I pray. The time is out of joint. O cursed spite, that ever I was born to set it right.
Give my son this money and these notes, Reynaldo.
I'll do, my lord.
You would do excellent wisely, good Reynaldo, before you visit him to make inquire of his behavior.
And my lord, I did intend it.
Come out, William. What's the matter?
My lord, I've been so affrighted.
With what in the name of God?
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, with a look so piteous and purport as if he had been loosed out of hell to speak of horrors, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love.
My lord, I do not know it, but truly I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard. Then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with a hand thus o'er his brow, he falls to such perusal of my face as he would draw it. Long stayed he so. At last he raised a sigh so piteous and profound as if it seemed to shatter all his bulk and end his being.
Go, come with me. I will go seek the king. This is the very ecstasy of love, whose violent property foredoes itself and leads the will to desperate undertakings. What, have you given him any hard words of things?
No, my lord, but as you did command, I did repel his letters and deny his access to me.
That hath made him mad. I am sorry that with better heed and judgment I had not quoted him. I feared he did but trifle and meant to rack thee. Come, go we to the king. This must be known.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Moreover, that we much did long to see you. The need we have to use you did provoke our hasty sending. Something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation? So call it, sith nor the exterior nor the inward man resembles that it was. What it should be, more than his father's death that thus hath put him so much from the understanding of himself, I cannot dream of. I entreat you both, that being of so young days brought up with him, and sit so neighbor to his youth and behavior, that you vouchsafe your rest here in our court, some little time so by your companies to draw him on to pleasures, and to gather. So much as from occasion you may glean, whether aught to us unknown afflicts him. Thus, that opened lies within our remedy.
Good gentlemen. Oh, he hath much talked of you. Sure I am. Two men there is not living to whom he more adheres. If it will please you to show us so much grace and gentry as to expose your time with us a while for the supply and profit of our hope, your visitation shall receive such thanks as fits a king's remembrance.
Both your majesties might, by the sovereign power you have of us, put your dread pleasures more to command than to entreaty. But we both obey, and here give up ourselves in the full bent, to lay our service freely at your feet to be commanded.
Thanks, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
Oh, thanks. Guildenstern and gentle And we beseech you instantly to visit my much to change itself. Go, some of you, and bring these gentlemen to where Hamlet is.
Heavens be your presence and practices pleasant and most helpful to him.
Aye, amen.
My lord, I do think, or else this brain of mine hunts not the trail of policy so sure as it hath used to do, that I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Oh, speak of that. That do I long to hear. He tells me, my dear Gertrude, he hath found the head and source of all your son's distemper.
Oh, I doubt it is no other than the maid, his father's death and our hasty marriage.
Well, we shall sift him.
My liege, and madam, to expostulate what majesty should be, what duty is, why day is day, night night, and time is time, were nothing but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad, call I it, for to define true madness, what is but to be nothing else but mad, but let that go.
More matter, with less art.
Madam, I swear I use no art at all. That he's mad, 'tis true. 'Tis true, 'tis pity, and pity 'tis true. A foolish figure, but farewell, for I would use no art. Mad let us grant him then, and now remains that we find out the cause of this effect, or, rather say, the cause of this defect. For this effect defective comes by cause. Thus it remains, and the remainder thus, perpend. I have a daughter, have while she is mine, who, in her duty and obedience, mark, hath given me this. No gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia, that's a good phrase. A vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase, but you shall hear it thus. In her excellent white bosom, please,
Hints from Hamlet to her?
Good madam, stay a while. I will be faithful.
Doubt thou the stars are fire. Doubt that the sun doth move. Doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. Oh dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers. I have not art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best. Oh most best, believe it, adieu thine, evermore whilst that machine is to him. Hamlet.
This in obedience hath my daughter shown me.
But how hath she received his love?
What do you think of me?
Why, as of a man faithful and honorable.
I would fain prove so. But what might you think? Or my dear majesty, the queen here think, if I had upon this love a final sight? What might you think? No, I went round to work, and my young mistress thus I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince. Out of thy star, this must not be. And then I prescripts gave her that she should lock herself from his resort, admit no messengers, receive no tokens, which done, she took the fruits of my advice, and he, repelled, a short tale to make, fell into a sadness, then into a fast, thence to a watch, thence to a weakness, thence to a lightness, and by this declension into the madness wherein now he raves, and all we mourn for.
Think you 'tis this?
It may be. Very like.
Have there ever been a time, I would fain know that I have positively said 'tis so when it proved otherwise?
Not that I know.
Take this from this, if this be otherwise.
How may we try it further?
You know, sometimes he walks 4 hours together here in the lobby.
So he does indeed.
At such a time, I'll loose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind the arras, then. Mark the encounter.
For alas, the poor wretch comes real.
Away, I do beseech you both away. I'll board him presently. How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God of mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent, well. You are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lord?
I, sir, to be honest as this world goes, is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lord.
For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog, being a good kissing carrion, have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing, but as your daughter may conceive, friend, look to it.
How say you by that? Still harping on my daughter, yet he knew me not at first. He said I was a fishmonger. He is far gone. And truly, in my youth, I suffered much extremity for love, very near this. I'll speak to him again. What do you read, my lord?
Words. Words, words.
What's the matter, my lord?
Between whom?
I mean the matter that you read, my lord.
Slanders, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have gray beards, that their faces are wrinkled, and that they have a plentiful lack of wit. All which, sir, though I was powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not honesty to have it thus set down. For yourself, sir, shall grow old as I am, if like a crab, you could go backwards.
Though this be madness, yet there is method in it. Will you walk out of the air, my lord?
Into my grave.
Indeed, that's out of the air. How pregnant sometimes his replies are. A happiness that often madness hits on. My lord, I will most humbly take my leave of you.
You cannot, sir, take from me anything that I will more willingly part withal. Except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
There you are, my lord.
These tedious old fools.
If you go to seek the Lord Hamlet, there he is.
God save you, sir!
My honor lord!
My most dear lord!
My excellent good friends, habest thou Guildenstern, Rosencrantz, good lads, how do you both?
As the indifferent children of the earth.
Happy in that we are not over happy. On Fortune's cap, we are not the very button.
Nor the soles of her shoes.
Neither, my lord.
What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune that she sends you to prison?
Prison, my lord?
Denmark's a prison.
We think not so, my lord.
Why then 'tis none to you, for there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, it is a prison.
Why, then, your ambition makes it one. 'Tis too narrow for your mind.
Oh God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself the king of infinite space were it not that I have bad dreams.
Which dreams indeed are ambition. For the very substance of the ambitious is merely the shadow of a dream.
A dream itself is but a shadow. But in the beating way of friendship, what make you an Elsinore?
My lord.
To visit you, my lord. No other occasion.
Better than I am even poor in things. But were you not sent for? Is it your own inclining? Is it a free visitation? Come, deal justly with me. Come, nay, speak.
What should we say, my lord?
Anything but to the purpose. You were sent for, and there was a kind of confession in your looks which your modest ones have not craft enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. Be even and direct with me whether you were sent for or no.
What say you?
Nay, then I have an eye of you.
My lord, we were sent for.
I will tell you why. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth. Foregone all custom of exercises, and indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave, o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire, why it appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is a man, how noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, in form and moving, how express and admirable. In action, how like an angel. In apprehension, how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals. And yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me. No, nor women neither, though by your smiling you seem to say so.
My lord, there was no such stuff in my thought.
Why did you laugh then when I said man delights not me?
Think, my lord, if you delight not in me. What Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you. We cutted them on the way, and hither are they coming to offer you service.
He that plays the king shall be welcome. His majesty shall have tribute on me. What players are they?
Even those who were wont to take such delight in the tragedians of the city. They're the players.
Gentlemen, you are welcome to Ulster. But my uncle, father, and aunt mother are deceived.
In what, my dear lord?
I am but mad north-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a handsome.
Well, be with you, gentlemen.
Prophesy, he comes to tell me of the players. Mark it. You say right, sir. On Monday morning, 'twas then indeed.
My lord, I have news to tell you.
I know,
I have news to tell you. The players are come hither, my lord.
Buzz, buzz.
The best actors in the world. Either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral, pastoral comical, historical pastoral, tragical historical, tragical comical, historical pastoral, scene indivisible, or poem unlimited. These are the only men.
Welcome, masters, welcome all. I am glad to see you well. Welcome, good friends. Oh, my old friend, come, we'll have a speech drink. Gives the taste of your quality.
What speech, my lord?
I heard thee speak a speech once, but it was never acted. But it was an excellent play, well digested in the scenes. One speech in it I chiefly loved, when he speaks of crime and slaughter.
Oh, woe, had seen the mobile queen run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames with bison plume. A cloud upon that head where late the diadem stood, for a robe. About her lenk and over timid loins a blanket. In the alarm of fear caught up who this had seen, with tongue in venom steeped, against fortune's state which reason have pronounced.
This is too long.
But if the gods themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with her sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamor that she made, unless things mortal moved them not at all, would have made milch the burning eyes of heaven, and passion in the gods.
The fairies turned his color and has tears in his eyes.
Good, my lord, will you see the players well bestowed?
My lord, I will use them according to their desert.
God's body, kinsman, much better. Use every man after his desert, and who shall escape whipping? The less they deserve it, the more merit is in your bounty.
Come, sirs.
Follow him, friends. We'll hear a play tomorrow. Thou hear me, old friend. Can you play the murder of Gonzaga?
I, my lord.
Very well. We'll have tomorrow night. You could, for any study, a speech of some 12 or 16 lines, which I would set down and insert me, could you not?
I, my lord.
Wonderful. Follow that, Lord, and look you, mock him not. Friends, I will leave you till night. You're welcome to Elsie.
Good, my lord.
And so God be with you. Now I am alone. it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so his own conceit that from her working all his visage wand, tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, a broken voice, and his whole function suiting with forms to his conceit, and all for nothing. What would he do had he the motive and the cue for passion that I have? Bloody villain! Remorseless, lecherous, treacherous, kindless villain! Oh, vengeance! Why, what an ass am I? This is most brave, that I, the son of a dear father, murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must, like a whore, unpack my heart with words and fall a-cursing like a very drab. About my brains. I've heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have, by the very cunning of the scene, been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. If you do but blench, I'll know my course. I'll observe his looks. I'll tempt him to the quick. The spirit that I have seen may be your devil. The devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape. Yea, and perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy, as he is very potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me. I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play's the thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
And can you by no drift of conference get from him why he puts on this confusion, grading so harshly all his days of quiet with turbulent and dangerous lunacy?
He does confess he feels himself distracted, but from what cause he will by no means speak.
Nor do we find him forward to be sounded, but with a crafty madness keeps aloof when we would bring him on to some sort of confession of his true state.
Did he receive you well?
Most like a gentleman, much foreseen of his disposition.
Did you say him to some pastime?
Madam, it so fell out that certain players we all wrought on the way. Of these we told him, and there did seem in him a kind of joy to hear of it. They are here about the court, and as I think they have already ordered this knight to play before him.
'Tis most true, and he beseeched me to entreat your majesties to hear and see the matter.
With all my heart, and doth much content me to hear him so inclined. Good gentlemen, give him a further edge, and drive his purpose into these delights.
We shall, my lord.
Sweet Gertrude, leave us too. For we have closely sent for Hamlet hither, that he, as 'twere by accident, may here affront Ophelia. Her father and myself, lawful espials, shall so bestow ourselves that, seeing unseen, we may of their encounter frankly judge.
I shall obey. As for your part, Ophelia, I do hope that your good beauties be the cause of Hamlet's wildness. So too shall I hope your virtues bring him to his wonted way.
Madam, I wish it may.
Ophelia, walk you here, gracious, so please you. We will bestow ourselves. Read on this book. We are off to blame in this. 'Tis too much proof that with devotion's visage and pious actions, we do sugar o'er the devil himself.
Oh, 'tis too true. Oh, how smart a lash that speech did give my conscience. Oh, heavy burden.
I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, nor to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep no more, and by sleep, just say we end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, no dreams may come. When we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sickly o'er the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pitch and moment with this regard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action, and soft fair Ophelia. If in thy orisons beyond my sins remember.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have long and longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did. Their perfume lost, take them again. For to the noble mind, rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should have been no discourse to your beauty. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I loved you not.
I was more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent, honest, but yet can accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. We are errant knaves, all, believe, none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house.
Open, you sweet heavens.
Get thee to another. Farewell. Or if thou wilt needs marry a fool. For wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery go, and quickly too.
Heavenly powers restore you.
God gave you one face, and you make yourselves another. You jig and amble and you lisp. You nickname God's creatures and make your wantonness your ignorance. Don't you? I'll no more on it. It hath made you mad. I simply will have no more marriage. Those that are married already, all but one, shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To another, go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here on throne! The glass of passion and the mold of form be the observed of all observers quite down. And I, ladies most deject and wretched, now see that noble and most sovereign reason
love. His affections do not that way tend, nor what he spake, though it lacked form a little, was not like madness. There's something in his soul, o'er which his melancholy sits on brood. And I do doubt the hatch and the disclose will be some danger, which for to prevent I have in quick determination thus set it down, he shall with speed to England, for the demand of our neglected tribute. What think you on?
It shall do well. How now, Ophelia? You need not tell us what the Lord Hamlet said. We heard it all. My lord, do as you please. But, if you hold it fit, after the play, let his queen mother all alone entreat him to show his grief. Let her be round with him, and I'll be placed, so please you, in the ear of all their conference. If she find him not, to England send him, or secure him where your wisdom best shall think.
It shall be so. Madness and great ones must not unwatched go.
Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounced it to you, trippingly on the tongue. But if you mouth it, as many of our players do, I had as lief the town crier spoke my lines. Be not detained neither, nor do not saw the air too much with your hand.
I warrant your honor.
Go make you ready. How now, my lord, will the king hear this piece of work?
And the queen too, and that presently.
Will you bid the players make haste? Will you two help to hasten them?
Aye, my lord!
What ho, Horatio!
Here, my sweet lord, at your service.
Horatio, thou art e'en as just a man as e'er my conversation could befall. Dost thou hear? Since my dear soul was mistress of her election, and could of men distinguish, her election has sealed thee for herself.
My dear lord.
Nay, do not think I flatter. Give me that man that is not passion's slave, and I will wear him in my heart's core. I, in my heart of heart as I do be. Something too much of this. There is a play tonight before the king. Unseen in it comes near the circumstance which I have told thee of my father's death. I prithee, when thou seest that act afoot, observe thy uncle. If his occulted guilt do not itself uncannel in one speech, it is a damned ghost that we have seen. And my imaginations are as foul as Vulcan sticking. Give him heedful note, and after we will both our judgments join in the censure of his scene.
Well, my lord, if he still ought, whilst this play is playing in scape detecting, I will pay the theft.
They're coming to the play. I must be able to go get you a place.
How fares our cousin Hamlet?
Excellent, methinks. I eat the air, promise crowned.
I have nothing with this answer, Hamlet. These words are not mine.
No, nor mine now. My lord, you played once at the university, you say.
That did I, my lord, and was accounted a good actor.
What did you enact?
I didn't act Julius Caesar. I was killed in the Capitol. Brutus killed me.
It was a brute part of him to kill so capital a cap there. Be the players ready?
Aye, my lord. They stay upon your patience.
Come, my dear Hamlet, sit by me.
No, good mother. Here's metal more attractive.
Oh, you mark that?
Lady, shall I lie in your lap?
No, my lord.
I mean my head upon your lap.
Aye, my lord.
Do you think I mean country matters?
I think nothing, my lord.
That is a fair thought, to lie between maid's legs.
What is, my lord?
No thing.
You are married.
Who?
Aye, my lord.
Oh God, you're only jig-maker. What can a man do but be married? For look you how cheerfully my mother looks. My father died within 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord.
So long? Oh heavens! Died 2 months ago and not forgotten yet?
For us and for our tragedy, you're stooping to your
About the world have times 1230s been, since love our hearts and Hyde in our hands, unite communal in those sacred bands.
So many journeys make us fun, and moon make us again count more. Their love be done, but woe is me. You are so secret, so far from cheer, from your former state that if I distrust you, if though I distrust, discomfort you, my lord, nothing must. For women fear too much, even as they love, and women's fear and love hold quantity in either art or in extremity.
Faith, I must leave thee yet, and shortly too. My operate powers their functions leave to do, and you'll stay in this fair world behind, honored, beloved, and haply one as kind for a husband shall
Oh, confound the rest! Such love must needs be treason in my breast. The second husband, let me be accursed. None wed the second, but who killed the first.
That's wormwood.
The instances that second marriage move are base respects of thrift, but none of love. Second time I kill my husband dead, when second husband kisses me in bed. But here and hence pursue me lasting strife, if once a widow, ever I be wife.
If she should break it now!
Faith, is deeply scorned, but leave me in a while. My spirits grow dull and faint, I would beguile the tedious day with sleep.
Sleep, rock thy brain, and never come this chance between us twain.
Madam, how like you this play?
The lady doth protest too much.
No, but she will keep her word.
Have you heard the argument? Is there no offense in it?
No, they do a jest. Poison in jest. No offense in the world.
What do you call the play?
The Mousetrap. 'Tis a knavish piece of work, but what of it? Your Majesty and we that have free souls, it touches us not. This is one Lucianus, nephew to the king.
Your good of course, my lord.
I could interpret it with love if I could see the puppets around you.
You are keen, my lord, you are keen.
Begin, murderer. Pox, leave thy damnable faces and begin.
Thoughts. Black. Hands. Back. Drugs. Fit. The time of reading. Confederate season, else no creature seeing. No mixture. Rank. Midnight weeds collected. The Hecat's band, thrice blasted. Thrice infected. Die natural magic. And die improper. Unwholesome life. Usurp. Immediately.
He murders him. In his estate. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzaga's wife.
The devices.
What, frighted with false fire?
Give order the play.
What fares my
Give me
lord?
some light!
Lights, lights.
Away!
Oh, good Horatio, I'll take the ghost's word for £1,000. This proceed
Very well, my lord.
upon the talk of the poisoning.
I very well did know him.
Good my lord, vouchsafe me a word with you.
Sir, a whole history.
The king, sir,
Aye, sir, what of him?
in his retirement marvelous discomfort.
With drink, sir?
No, my lord, rather with anger.
Your wisdom should show itself more richer to signify this to the doctor, for me to put him to his purgation would perhaps plunge him into more anger.
Good my lord, put your discourse into some frame and start
not so wildly from my affair.
I mean, tame, sir, pronounce.
The Queen, your mother, in most great affliction of spirit, hath sent me to you.
You're welcome.
Nay, good my lord, this courtesy is not of the right breed. If it shall please you to make me a wholesome answer, I will do your mother's commandment.
Sir,
If not, your pardon and my return shall be the end of my business.
Sir, I cannot.
What, my lord?
Make you a wholesome answer. My wit's disease. My mother, you say.
And thus she says your behavior hath struck her into amazement and admiration.
Wonderful son that can so astonish a mother.
She desires to speak with you in her closet ere you go to bed.
We shall obey her worship 10 times, our mother. Have you any further trade with us?
My lord, you once did love me.
And do still.
By these pickers and stealers.
Good, my lord. What is your cause of distemper? You do surely bar the door upon your own liberty if you deny your griefs to your friends.
Sir, I lack advancement.
How can that be? When you have the voice of the king himself for your succession in Denmark.
Aye, sir. But while the grass grows, the proverb is something must be. Oh, the recorders! Let me see it. Will you play upon this pipe?
Lord, I cannot.
I pray.
Believe me, I cannot.
I do see.
No, I know no touch of it, my lord.
It's as easy as buying. Govern it with your fingers and thumb. Give it breath with your mouth, and it will discourse most eloquent music. Look, these are the stars.
These cannot command to any utterance of harmony. I have not the skill.
If I look you now, how unworthy a thing you would make of me. You would play upon me. You would seem to know my stars. You would pluck out the heart of my mystery. You would sound me from my lowest note to the top of my compass, and there is much music, excellent voice in this little organ, yet cannot you make it speak? Splud, do you think I am easier to be played on than a pipe?
My lord, the queen would speak with you, and presently.
Do you see yonder cloud that's almost in shape of a camel?
By the mass, and 'tis like a camel indeed. Methinks it is like a weasel. It is backed like a weasel.
Or like a whale?
Very much like a whale.
Then I will come to my mother by and by, and fool me to the top of my bent. I will go by and by.
I will say so.
By and by is easily said. Leave me, friends. It is now a very witching time of night. The churchyard's gone, and hell itself runs out contagion to this world. Now could I drink hot blood and do such bitter business as the day would quake to look on. Soft, now to my mother. O heart, was not thy nature. Let me be cruel, not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use none.
I like him not, nor stands it safe with us to let his madness range, therefore prepare you. I, your commission, will forthwith dispatch and he to England. Shall, along with you.
We will ourselves provide. Most holy and religious fear it is to keep those many, many bodies safe that live and feed upon your majesty.
The cess of majesty doth run alone, but like a gulf doth draw what's near it with it. Or it is like a massy wheel, fixed on the summit of the highest mountain, whose huge spokes, 10,000 lesser things are morticized and adjourned, which, when it falls, each small end, petty consequence attends the boisterous ruin. Never alone did a king sigh, but with a general groan.
Arm you, I pray you, to this speedy voyage. For we will fetters put about this sphere, which now goes too free-footed.
We will haste us.
closet. Behind the arras I'll convey myself to hear the process. Fare you well, my lord. I'll call upon you ere you go to bed and tell you what I know.
Thanks, dear my lord.
Oh, my offense is rank. It smells to heaven. It hath the primal eldest curse upon it. A brother's murder. Pray can I not, though inclination be as sharp as will. My stronger guilt defeats my strong intent, and like a man, to double business bound, I stand in pause where I shall first begin in both neglect. What if this cursed hand were thicker than itself with brother's blood? Is there not rain enough in the sweet heavens to wash it white as snow? Then I'll look up. My fault is past. But oh, what form of prayer can serve my turn? Forgive me my foul murder. That cannot be, for I am still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder. My crown, my own ambition, and my queen. May one be pardoned and retain the offense? Try. What repentance can, what can it not? Yet, what can it when one cannot repent? Oh, wretched state. Oh, bosom, black as death. Oh, malignant soul that's struggling to be free. Heart more engaged. Help, angels, make it say, bow, stubborn knees, and heart with strings of steel be soft as sinews of the newborn babe. Oh, all may be well.
I'll do it. So he goes to heaven. So am I revenged? But will be scant. A villain kills my father, and for that I, his sole son, do the same villain send to heaven. Why, this is higher in salary, not revenge. He took my father grossly, full of bread. And how his out it stands, who knows, save heaven, but in our circumstance and course of thought, 'tis heavy with him. And am I then revenged to take him in the purging of his soul when he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No. Upsword. And know thou a more horrid hand. When he is drunk with sleep, at game of swearing, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed,
or about to act no relish of salvation in it, then forgive him. That his soul is damned in black as hell, where to it goes. That his feet may kick at heaven. My mother stays. This visit prolongs my sick days.
My words fly up. My thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go.
Lay home to him. Tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear with, and your grace hath screened and stood between much heat and him. I'll silence me even here. Pray you, be round with him.
Mother! Mother! Mother!
I warned thee, fear me not, withdraw.
Now, Mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why, how now?
What's the matter now?
Have you forgotten?
No, by the rude not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife. And what if we're not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come, come and sit you down. You shall not budge, you go not, till I set you up a glass, where you may see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me.
Help! Help!
Help! Help! And now, a rat? Jen, for a
What hast thou done?
No, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this!
A bloody deed, almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
Aye, lady, it was my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. I took thee for thy better. Take thy fortune. Thou find'st to be too busy is some danger. Leave wringing of your hands. Peace, sit you down, and let me wring your hearts.
Me, what have I done?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, makes marriage vows as false as Dicer's oaths.
I mean, what act?
Look here, upon this picture, and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated in his brow, and I, like Mars, to threaten and command. This was your husband. Look you now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear, blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? You cannot, from this fair mountain leaf to feed and batten from this moor. Huh? Have you eyes? You cannot call it love. For at your age, the heyday in the blood is tame. It's humble and waits upon the judgment. And what judgment would step from this to this? Oh, shame! Where is thy blush?
Speak no more! Thou turnest my eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and graven spots that will not leave their taint.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an enseamment bed, stewed in corruption, honeying, and making love over the nasty sty.
Speak no more, these words like daggers in my ears. Speak no more, sweet Hamlet.
A murderer and a villain, a vice of kings, a cupbearer of the empire in the rule that from our precious diadem stole and put it in his pocket.
No more, no
A king
more.
of shreds and patches. Save me and hover over me with your What would your gracious figure?
Alas, he's
Do you not come your tardy son to chide? That lapsing time and passion lets go by the important acting of his dread command? Oh, say!
Do not forget. This visitation is but a wet. I almost blunted purpose. Look. Amazement on my mother sits. Oh, step between her and her fighting soul. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Alas, how is it with you? You do bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do hold discourse. O gentle sun, upon the heat and flame of this distemper, sprinkle with cool patience. Whereon do you look?
On him! On him! Look you how pale he glares!
To whom do you speak this?
Do you see nothing there?
No, nothing at all, yet all that is I see.
Nor did you nothing hear?
No, nothing but ourselves.
And look you now. Look how it steals away my father in his habit as he lived.
This is the very coinage of your brain. This bodiless creation ecstasy is very cunning.
Ecstasy. It is not madness that I have uttered. Mother, for love of grace, may not that flattering unction to your soul that not the trespass but my madness speaks. Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what's past, avoid what is to come.
Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Oh, throw away the worser part of it and live the purer with the other half. Good night, mother, but go not to my uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have it not. Refrain tonight, and that shall lend a kind of easiness to the next abstinence, the next more easy. So again, good night. And when thou desirest to be blessed, I'll blessing beg of you. For this same Lord, I do repent. But heaven hath pleased it so to punish me with this and this with me, that I must speak, their scourge and minister. I will bestow him and answer well the death I gave him. So again, good night. I must be cruel only to be kind, thus bad begins and worse remains behind. One more word, good lady.
What shall I do?
Not this by no means that I bid you do. Let the blood king tempt you again to bed. Pinch wanton on your cheek, call you his mouse, and let him for a pair of reachy kisses, or paddling with your neck with his damned fingers to make you ravel all this matter out, that I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft.
Be thou assured, if words be made of breath, and breath of life, I have no life to breathe without sense.
I must to England, you know that.
Alack, forgot to so concluded on.
Those letters sealed. To my two schoolfellows whom I will trust as I will adder's fang bear the mandate. They must sweep my way and marshal me to knavery. This man shall set me packing. All luck he's got since the neighbor room. Mother, good night indeed. This counselor is now most still, most secret, and most grave, who was in life a fooling, pratish knave. Come, sir, to draw toward an end with you. Good night, mother.
Gertrude. How does Hamlet?
Mad. As the wind and sea, we both contend which is the mightier. in his lawless fit. Behind the air, is doing something stir, whips out his dagger. Cries a rat, and in his brainish apprehension, kills the unseen girl.
Heavy deed. It had been so with us, had we been there. His liberty is full of threats to all, to you, yourself, to us, to everyone. Alas, how shall this bloody deed be answered? It will be laid to us, whose providence should have kept short, restrained, and out of haunt this mad young man. But so much was our love, we would not understand what was most fit, but like the owner of a foul disease, to keep it from divulging, let it feed, even on the pit of life. Where has he gone?
To draw apart the body he has slain. He weeps for what he has done.
Oh, Gertrude, come away. The sun no sooner shall the mountains touch, but we will ship him hence. Ho, Guildenstern! Friends, both, go join you with some further aid. Hamlet in madness hath Polonius slain, and from his mother's closet hath he dragged him. Go seek him out, speak fair, and bring the body into the chapel. I pray you, haste in this. Oh, Gertrude, come. Oh, come away. My soul is full of discord and dismay. Safely stowed.
Hamlet? Lord Hamlet!
Oh, here they come.
What have you done, my lord, with the dead body?
Compounded it with dust, whereto 'tis kin.
Tell us where 'tis that we may take it thence and bear it to the chapel.
Do not believe it.
Believe what?
That I can keep your counsel and not mine own. Besides, to be demanded of a sponge, what replication should be made by the son of a king?
Taking me for a sponge, my lord.
Aye, sir. That soaks up the king's countenance, his rewards, his authorities. But such officers do the king's best service in him. When he needs what you have gleaned, it shall but squeezing you. And sponge, you shall drive him.
My lord, you must tell us where the body is and go with us to the king.
The king is with the body is not with the king. The king is a thing.
A thing, my lord?
Of nothing. Bring me to him. How dangerous is it that this man goes loose, yet must not we put the strong law on him? He's loved of the distracted multitude. Oh, to bear all smooth and even, this sending him away must seem deliberate. Pause, diseases, desperate groan, by desperate appliance, are relieved or not at all. How now, what hath befallen?
Where the dead body is, the stone, my lord, we cannot get from him.
Now, Hamlet, where's Polonius? At supper. At supper where? Not where he eats, but where he is eaten. A certain convocation of politic worms are ye now. Where is Polonius? In heaven. Send thither to see. If your messenger find him not there, you shall seek him in the other place yourself. But if indeed you find him not within this month, you shall notice him as you go up the stairs into the lobby. Go, seek him there. He will stay till you come. Hamlet, this deed for thine especial safety, which we do tender, as we dearly grieve for that which thou hast done, must send thee hence with fiery quickness. Therefore, prepare thyself. The bark is ready, and wind and help, the associates, 10, and all is bent for England. For England! Aye, Hamlet. Good. So is it, if thou knowest our purposes. I see the cherub that sees them. But come, for England. Farewell, dear mother. Thy loving father,
Hamlet?
My mother. Father and mother is man and wife. Man and wife is one flesh. So, mother, come for England.
I'll have him hence tonight. Pray you make haste. Set our sovereign process, which imports at full, by letters, congruing to that effect, the present death of Hamlet. Do it, England, for like the hectic in my blood, he rages, and thou must cure me till I know 'tis done. Howe'er my haps, my joys will ne'er begin.
Go, Captain. From me greets the Danish king. Tell him that by his license Fortinbras craves the conveyance of the promised march over his kingdom. You know the rendezvous. That his majesty would off with us. We shall express our duty in his eye, and let him know so.
I'll do it, my lord.
Good sir, whose powers in this?
We have Norway, sir.
On purpose, sir, I pray you.
Towards some part of Poland.
Who commands them?
The nephew to old Norway, young Fortinbras.
Goes it against the main of Poland or for some frontier?
Truly to speak it, with no addition they go to gain a little patch of ground that hath in it no value but the name. For 5 ducats, 5 I would not farm it.
Why then the Polak never will defend it.
Yes, it's already garrisoned.
I humbly thank you, sir.
I'll be with you, sir.
Will it please you go, my lord?
I'll be with you straight. Go a little before. How all occasions to inform against me and spur my dull revenge. Now whether it be bestial oblivion or some craven scruple of thinking too precisely on the event, a thought which quartered hath but 1 part wisdom and ever 3 parts coward. I do not know why yet I live to say this thing's to do, sith I have cause and will and strength and means to do it. Examples gross as earth exhort me. Witness this army of such mass and charge, led by a delicate and tender prince, exposing what is mortal and unsure to all that fortune, death, and danger dare, even for an eggshell. Rightly to be great is not to stir without great argument, greatly to find quarrel in a straw when honor's at the stake. How stand I then, with a father killed, a mother slain, and let all sleep? Oh, from this time forth, my thoughts be bloody, or be nothing worth.
I will not speak with her.
She is importunate. Indeed, distract.
What will she have?
She speaks much of her father. It beats her heart, keeps things in doubt that carry but half sense.
It were good if she were spoken with. For she may strew dangerous conjectures in ill-breeding minds. Let her come in.
person's true nature is. Each toy seems prologue to some great abyss. So full of artless jealousy is guilt, it spills itself, fearing to be spilled.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
Oh no,
He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a grasping turf, at his heels a stone.
Hey, but
Where you mark? When his shroud is the mountain snow, larded over with sweet flowers, which crept to the ground, did not go in true love showers.
but look here, my lord.
How do you, pretty lady?
Well, God it is you. Lord, we know what we are, but we know not what we may be.
Conceit upon her father.
When they ask you what it means, say this. Tomorrow was St. Valentine's Day, all in the morning betime, and I, a maid at your window to be your Valentine. Then he rose and donned his clothes and doffed the chamber door, let in the maid, that out a maid, never departed more.
Pretty Ophelia.
Indeed, without an oath, I lay hand on it. By Jesus and by Saint Charity to lack, and by for shame, young men will do it if they come to it. By cock they're to blame.
How long has she been thus?
I hope all will be well. We must be patient. I cannot choose but weep to think they would lay with the cold crowns, but my brother will know of it. And so I thank you for your good counsel. Come, man, my coach. Good night, sweet ladies. Oh, good night, lady. Good night.
Follow her close, give her good watch, I pray you. Oh, Gertrude. Gertrude. When sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. First her father slain, next your son gone, and he most violent author of his own just removed. The people, muddied, thick, and unwholesome in their thoughts and whispers for good Polonius' death, and we have done but dreamily in hugger-mugger to inter him.
Poor Ophelia, divided from herself in her fair judgment.
Last, and as much containing as all of these, her brother is in secret, come from France, feeds on his wonder, keeps himself in clouds, and wants not buzzers to affect his ear, pestilent speeches of his father's death.
Alack, what noise is this?
Save yourself! My lord, my lord! In Orion's head were bears your officers. The rebel called him Lord, they cried, choose we, Laertes shall be king!
How cheerfully on the false trail that they ride. Oh, this is counter, you false Danish dog!
Where is this king? Guard the door. You, oh thou vile king, give me my father! That drop of blood that's called proclaims me bastard! Christ, cockle to my father! Brands the harlot even here between the chaste, unbesmirched brow of my true mother.
What is the cause, Laertes, that thy rebellion looks so giant-like? Let him go. Gertrude, do not fear our person. If such divinity doth fetch a king, that treason can but peep to what it would, acts little of his will. Tell me, Laertes, why thou thus insist?
Where is my father?
Dead.
Not by him.
Let him demand his fill.
How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with! To hell, allegiance. I dare damnation! Only I will be revenged most thoroughly for my father.
You shall stay.
My will, not all the world.
Good Laertes, if you desire to know the certainty of your dear father, it is writ in your revenge that swoopstake you will draw, both friend and foe, winner and loser.
None but his enemies.
Why? Now you speak like a good child and a true gentleman, and I am guiltless.
of your father's death, and most sensibly in grief for it, it shall as level to your judgment appear as day does your eye.
Let her come in.
How now, what's that? Dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. Heavens. Is it possible that a young maid's wit should be as mortal as an old man's life?
Very well, my dove.
Hadst thou thy wits and didst persuade revenge, he would not move thus.
There's rosemary, that's for remembrance. Pray, love. Remember, there's fancies. That's for thoughts.
It is a document madness. It's a remembrance video.
For you and Columbine's. And there's room for you and some for me. We may call it Herb of Grace Sundays, but you must wear your room with a difference. And there is a daisy. I would give you violets, but they withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end. And will he not come again? And will he not come again? No, no, he is dead. Go to thy deathbed. And may God have mercy on his soul and on all Christian souls. I pray God be with you.
Do you see this? Oh God.
Laertes, I must commune with your grief, for you deny me right, but if not, be you content to lend us your patience, and we will jointly labor with your soul to give it due content.
Let this be so. His means of death, his obscure funeral. No trophy, sword, nor hatchment o'er his bones. No noble right, no formal ostentation. Cry to be heard, as tore from heaven to earth, that I must call it in question.
So you shall. And where the offense is, let the great axe fall. I pray you, go with me.
What are they that would speak with me?
Seafaring men. They say they have letters for you.
Let them come in.
God bless you, Mum.
Let him bless thee too.
I have a letter for you, Mum. If your name be Horatio, as I'm led to know it is.
Horatio, when thou shalt have overlooked this, give these fellows some means to the king. They have letters for him. Here we were 2 days old at sea. A pirate of very warlike appointment gave us chase, and in the grapple I boarded them. On the instant they got clear of our ship, so I alone became their prisoner. They have dealt with me like thieves of mercy, but they know what they did. I am to do a good turn for them. Let the king have the letters I have sent. Repair thou to me with as much speed as thou wouldst fly bring me where I am. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern hold their course for England. Of them I have much to tell thee. Farewell. Be that thou knowest thine, Hamlet. Come, I will give you leave for these your letters, and do the speedier that you may direct me to him from whom you brought them.
Now must your conscience my acquittance seal, and you must put me in your heart for a friend. Since you have heard, and with a knowing ear, that he which hath your noble father slain pursued my life.
It well appears, but tell me why you proceeded not against these feats, so capital and so criminal in nature, as by your safety, wisdom, greatness, all things else you mainly were stirred up.
Oh, for two special reasons, which may to you perhaps seem much unsinewed, but yet to me, they're strong. The queen, his mother, lives almost by his looks, and for myself she is so conjunctive to my life and soul that as the star moves not but in his sphere, I could not but by her. The other motive why to a public count I might not go is the great love the general gender bearing.
And so have I a noble father lost, a sister driven to desperate terms, but my revenge will come.
Break not your sleeps, for that you shortly shall hear more. I loved your father, and we love ourselves, and that, I hope, will teach you to imagine that. How now? What news?
Letters, my lord, from Hamlet. These, to your majesty, please to the queen.
From Hamlet. Who brought them?
Sailors, my lord, I saw them not.
Laertes, you shall hear them. Yes. High and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall, first asking your pardon, thereunto recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange return. Hamlet.
Know you to hand.
'Tis Hamlet's character. Naked. And in a postscript here, he says, alone.
Let him come. Warms the very sickness of my heart to know that I will live to tell him to his teeth. Thus didst thou.
If it be so, Laertes, will you be ruled by me?
Aye, my lord, so that you would not overrule me to a peace.
To thine own peace. If he be now returned, I'll work him to an exploit, and I'll write him my device, under which he shall not choose, but fall. And for his death no wind of blame shall breathe, but even his mother shall uncharge the practice and call it accident.
My lord, I will be ruled the rather if you would devise it so that I might be the agent.
It falls right. You have been taught since your travel much, and that in Hamlet's hearing. 2 months since, here was a gentleman of Normandy. He made confession of you and gave you such a masterly report for art and exercise in your defense, and for your rapier, most especial, that he cried out, 'twould be a sight indeed if one could match you. Sir, this report of his made Hamlet so infilled with his envy that he could nothing do but wish and beg your sudden coming over to play with you. Now, out of this.
What? Out of this, my lord.
Laertes, was your father dear to you? Or are you like the painting of a sorrow, a face without heart?
Why ask you this?
Hamlet comes back. What would you undertake to show yourself indeed your father's son, more than in words?
To cut his throat in the church.
No place, indeed, should murder sanctuarize. Revenge should have no bounds. Hamlet, returned, will know you are come home, will bring you in fine together and wager on your heads. He, being remiss, most generous, and free from all contriving, will not peruse the foils, so that with ease or with a little shuffling, you may choose a sword unbaited, and in a passive practice requite him for your father.
I will do it. And for this purpose, I will anoint my sword. I bought an unction of a mountebank, so mortal that but dip a knife in it. If I gall him slightly, it will be death.
Let's further think of this. Weigh what convenience, both of time and means, may fit us to our shape. A hat. When in your motion you are hot and dry, and that he calls for drink, I'll have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if he perchance escape your venom stuck, our purpose may hold them.
One blow doth tread upon another's heel. So fasting. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
Drown. Where?
There's a willow that grows a smelt of brook. It shows his o'er leaves in the glassy street. There are fantastic garlands that she make of crowflowers, nettles, daisies, and mock purples. The limber shepherds give a grosser name. But our cold maids do dead man's fingers call her. On the bended boughs her cornet weaves, clamoring to hang, an envious sliver broke. When down her weedy trophies and herself fell in the weeping brook. Her clothes wide spread and burning like a wild bore her up, but long it could not be. Till then, her garments, heavy with their drink, hold the poor wretch from the loneliest land into a muddy death.
Alas, then she is drowned. Too much water hast thou, poor Ophelia, therefore I forbid my tears. Adieu, my lord. I have a speech of fire, fain would blaze, but that this folly drowns.
Let's follow, Gertrude. How much I had to do to calm his rage, now fear I this will give it start again. Therefore, let's follow.
Is she to be buried in Christian burial when she willfully seeks her own salvation?
I tell thee, she is. Therefore make her grave straight. The coroner hath sat on her and finds it Christian burial.
How can that be? Unless she drowned herself in her own defense.
Why, 'tis found so.
It must be safe, friend. cannot be us.
Nay, but hear you.
We have the truth, Aunt. If this had not been a gentlewoman, she should have been buried out of Christian burial.
Come, shovel. There are no ancient gentlemen, but gardeners, ditchers, and grave makers. They hold up Adam's profession.
Was he a gentleman?
He was the first that ever bore arms.
Why, he had none.
What? Art a heathen? How dost thou understand the scripture? The scripture says Adam digged. Now can he dig without arms? I'll lay another question to thee.
Go to.
What is he that goes stronger than either the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
The gallows maker. For that frame outlives 1,000 tenants.
Like thy wit well, in good faith. The gallows does well. But how does it well? It does well to those that do ill. Now thou dost ill to say the gallows is well stronger than the church. Argle, the gallows may do well to thee. Do it again, come.
Who built stronger than the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
Aye, do that and unyoke.
Mary, now I can tell.
Do it.
Alas, I cannot tell.
Until thy brains know more about it. And when you're asked this question next, say a grave maker. The houses he makes last till doomsday. Now, go get thee in and fetch me a stoup of liquor. In youth, when I did love, methought it was very sweet to contrive.
Ho, the time for my behold. Oh, methought there was the time, but there was nothing meet.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business? He sings in grave making.
Custom hath made it in him a property of easiness.
Whose grave's this, Sirrah?
Mine, sir. Oh, a pit of clay for to be made for such a guest is meet.
I think be thine indeed, for thou liest today. Thou liest to be in and say it is thine. 'Tis for the dead, sir, not for the quick, so therefore thou liest.
'Tis a quick lie, sir. 'Twill away again from me to you.
What man dost thou think it for?
For no man, sir.
What woman then?
For none neither.
Who is to be buried in it?
For one that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul, she's dead.
How absolute the knave is. How long dost thou been grave maker?
Well, the days of the year I came to, it's the very day our last King Hamlet overcame Fortune Cross.
How long is that since?
Cannot you tell that? Every fool can tell that. It was the very day young Hamlet was born. He that is mad was sent into England.
Aye, Mary, why was he sent into England?
Why? Because he was mad. He shall recover his wits there, or if he do not, 'tis no great matter there.
Why?
'Twill not be seen in him there. There the men are as mad as he.
How came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
How strangely.
Faith in with losing his wits.
Upon what ground?
Why, here in Denmark.
How long will a man lie in the earth ere he rots?
He not be rotten before he die, as we have many pocky corpses nowadays that will scarce hold the laying in. He will last you some 8 year or 9 year. A tanner will last you 9 year.
Why he more than another?
Why? Because his hide is so tanned with this trade that he will keep out water a great while, as your waters a sore decay of your poor sun-dead body. Here
was it?
Oh, a horse in that fellow's it was. Whose do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
Pestilence on him for a mad rogue. He poured a flagon of Rhenish on my head once. The same skull, sir. Was, sir. Yorick's skull. The king's jester. This. Ian that?
Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, with most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now how abhorred in my imagination is. My gorge rises at him. Here hung those lips that I have kissed, I know not how oft. Where be your jibes now? Your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table on a roar? Not one now to mock her own grinning, quite chop-fallen. Now, get you to my lady's chamber, and tell her, let it be an inch thick. This favor she must come. Make her laugh at that. I prithee, Horatio, tell me one thing.
What's that, my lord?
Dost thou think Alexander looked at this fashion of the earth?
E'en so, my lord.
And smelt so?
E'en so.
To what base uses we must return, Horatio? Why may not imagination trace the noble dust of Alexander till we find it stopping upon them?
Twere to consider too curiously to consider so.
No, faith. Not a jot. Alexander died. Alexander was buried. Alexander returneth to dust. The dust is earth. Of earth we make loam, and why without loam whereto he was converted? Might they not find it stopping a beer barrel? Imperious Caesar, dead, and turned to clay, might stop a hole to keep the wind away. Soft a while. King, queen, the courtiers, who's this they follow?
What ceremony else? Her death was doubtful. But that great man who sways this board, she shewed the ground unsanctified of enlargement. To the last trumpet. Then from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violets spring. I tell thee, churlish priest, on ministering angel shall my sister be. When thou liest howling,
Fair Ophelia.
Farewell. Sweets to be sweet. I thought thou shouldst have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride beds with decks you made, not steered thy provision.
oh treble woe. Fall 10 times treble on that cursed head whose wicked deed the most ingenious sense deprived me of. Pull off the earth awhile, till I have caught her once more in my arms. Don't pile your dust. Come on the quick and dead. Fill up this flat, a mountain you have made. Then overtops OPHELIA, and the sky is head of blue Olympus.
What is he, whose grief bears such an emphasis? Whose phrase of sorrow conjures the wandering stars and makes them stand like wonder-wounded heroes? This is I, Hamlet the Dane.
The devil, take the soul!
HORATIO. Wait upon him. Strengthen your patience in our last night's speech. We'll put the matter to the present push.
So much for this side. Now shall you see the younger? You do remember all the circumstance?
Remember, my lord.
Sir, in my heart there was a kind of fighting that would not let me sleep. Rashly, and praise be rashness for it, I should learn us there's a divinity that shapes our ends, rough hew them how we will.
This is most certain.
Up from my cabin, my sea gown scarfed about me. In the dark, groped I to find out them. Had my desire fingered their packet, didn't find withdrew to mine own room again. Making so bold, my fears, forgetting manners, to unfold a royal knavery. An exact command that on the supervised, no leisure baited, no, not to stay the grinding of the axe, that my head should be struck off.
Is it possible?
Here's the commission. Read it at more leisure. But wilt thou hear how I did proceed?
You beseech you.
I sat me down, devised a new commission, wrote it fair, an earnest conjuration from the king, that on the view and knowing of these contents, he should those bearers put to sudden death, not striving time allowed.
So Guildenstern and Rosencrantz go to it.
Why, man, they did make love to this employment. They're not near my conscience.
Why, what a king is this?
Is it not, thinkst thou, standing now upon he that hath killed my king and whored my mother, hopped in between the election and my hopes, and thrown out his able for my proper life, and with such cozenage, it's not perfect conscience to quit him with this harm.
It must be shortly known to him from England what is the issue of the business there.
It will be shortly. The interim's mine.
Who's here?
Your lordship is right welcome back in Denmark.
I humbly thank you, sir. Does thou know this waterfly?
No, my good lord.
My state is the more gracious. It is a vice to know him.
Sweet lord, if your lordship were at leisure, I should impart a thing to you from his majesty.
I will receive it, sir, with all diligence of spirit. Put your bonnet to his right use, 'tis for the head.
Oh, I thank your lordship. It's very hot.
No. Believe me, it is very cold. The wind is northerly.
It is indeed very cold, my lord, indeed.
But yet, methinks it is very sultry and hot for my complexion.
Exceedingly sultry as it were, I cannot tell how. My lord, his majesty bade me signify that he has laid a great wager upon your head, sir. That is the matter.
I beseech you, remember.
Nay, good my lord, for my ease and good faith, sir. Here is newly come to court LAERTES. Believe me, an absolute gentleman. I know you are not ignorant of what excellence LAERTES is. Oh, I mean with his weapons, sir.
What's his weapon?
Rapier and dagger?
That's two of his weapons, but well.
The king hath wagered that in a dozen passes between yourself and him, that he shall not exceed you 3 hits. And they would proceed to immediate trial if your lordship would vouchsafe an answer.
How if I answer no?
I mean the opposition of your person in trial.
I will walk here in the halls. If it please his majesty, let the foils be brought. The gentleman willing. I will win for him and I can. If not, I will be nothing but my shame and the odd hits.
Shall I redeliver you, Ian so?
To this effect, sir.
after what flourish your nature will.
I commend my duty to your lordship.
Yours.
You will lose, my lord.
I do not think so. Since he went into France, I've been in continual practice. I shall win at the odds. God will not think how ill all's here about my heart. But it is no matter.
Nay, good, my lord.
It is but foolery. But it is such a kind of gains-giving that will perhaps trouble a woman.
If your mind dislike anything, obey it. I shall forestall their repair hither and say you are not fit.
Not a whit. We defy augury. There is a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, it is not to come. If it be not to come, it will be now. If it be not now yet, it will come. The readiness is all. Since no man of Aki knows leaves, what is to leave betimes? Let be.
Come, Hamlet. Come and take this hand from me.
Give me your pardon, sir. I have done you wrong, but pardon it as you are a gentleman. His presence knows, and you must needs have heard how I am punished with the sore distraction. I have done that my true nature, honor, and exception roughly awake, I hereby proclaim was madness.
I receive your offered love like love, and will not wrong it.
I embrace it freely. And will this brother's wager not frankly play? Here's the foils, come on. One for me. I'll be your foil, Laertes. In mine ignorance, your skill shall, like a star in the darkest night, stick fiery off indeed.
You mock me, sir.
No, by this hand.
Give them the foils, young Osric. Cousin Hamlet, you know the wager.
Very well, my lord. Your grace has laid his odds on the weaker side.
I do not fear it. I have seen you both.
This is too heavy. I'll have another.
This likes me well. These foils have all the length.
Yes, my lord. Set me the stoops of wine upon that table. The king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath, and in the cup and union shall he throw, richer than that which 4 successive kings in Denmark's crown have worn.
Come, my lord.
One. No. Judgment.
A hit, a very palpable hit.
Well, again.
Stay! Give me drink! Hamlet! This world is thine. Here's to thy health. Give him a cup.
I'll play this card first. Set it by wide. Come. Another hit would say you.
A touch! A touch, I do confess.
Our son shall win.
Scant of breath. Come, Hamlet. Take my napkin, rub thy brows. The queen carouses to thy fortune. Hamlet.
Gertrude!
Do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me. I'll let me wipe them.
My lord, I'll hit him now.
I do not think.
And yet it almost goes against my conscience.
Come for the third, Laertes. You do but dally. I pray you pass with your best violence. I am afeared you make a wanton of me.
Say you so. Come on.
There's nothing either way.
How about you now? Hearken! They are incensed! Hey, come again.
Oh, the queen don't hold!
They bleed on both sides.
How's Laertes?
Like a woodcock to mine own springe offspring. I am justly killed with my own treachery. How is the queen?
She swoons to see them bleed.
No. No. The drink. The drink. Him. The drink. I'm poison.
Villainy! Let the doors be locked! Treachery, seek it out! No, I'm slain. There's no medicine in the world that will do thee good. In thee there is not half an hour's life. The treacherous instrument is in my hand, unbaited and envenomed. The foul practice has turned itself onto me. Lo, here I lie, never to rise again. Your mother's poisoned. I can no longer. The king is to blame.
Then, did I work?
Oh, yet within me, friend, I am unhurt.
Here, thou incestuous, murderous, damned dame, drink off this potion. Is thy union here? Follow my mother.
He is so poisoned, tended by himself. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's life falls not upon you, nor thine on me.
And make me free of it. I follow thee. And dedicate you. Wretched queen of Jew. You that are pale and tremble at this chance that are but mutes or audience to this act. At either time, as this fell sergeant, death is strict in his arrest, so I could tell you. But let it be. Horatio, are you dead? If thou livest, report me in my cause aright to the unsatisfied.
Never believe it. I'm more an antique Roman than a Dane. Here's just some liquor.
As thou art a woman, give me the cup. By heaven, let go of it. I'll have it. Oh God, Horatio. What a wounded name was there. Things standing thus unknown do I leave behind me. If thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, and in this harsh world draw thy breath in pain to tell my story. The rest is silence.
loss of noble heart. Good night, sweet prince. The flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
Where is the sight?
What is you would see? If aught of woe or wonder, cease your search.
Squaring cries on havoc. O proud death, whose feast is in thine eternal cell that thou so many princes at a shot, so bloodily hast struck.
Since so jump upon this bloody question, you are here arrived. Give order that these bodies, high on a stage, be placed to the view. And let me speak to the yet unknowing world how these things came about. So shall we hear of carnal, bloody, unnatural acts, of accidental slaughters, casual judgments, of deaths put on by cunning and forced cause, and in this upshot purposes mistook fallen on the inventor's heads. All this can I truly deliver.
We shall haste to hear it, and call the noblest to the audience. For me, the summer of grace my fortune. I have some rights of memory in this kingdom, which now to claim my advantage doth invite me.
Of this I shall have also cause to speak, and from whose mouth his voice will draw on board. But let the same be presently performed, even while men's minds are wild, as more mischance on plots and errors happen.
Let four captains bear Hamlet to the stage like a soldier, for he was likely, had he been put on, to have proven most royal. The forced passage, the soldier's music, and the right of war speak loudly for him. Take up the bodies. Such a sight as this becomes the field, but here shows much amiss.